I'm back. Welcome to Tetris Tuesdays at 10. What a fun week I had. I was in PAX last week. That's why you saw the pre-recorded, technically, version of Tetris Tuesdays, which if you didn't, if the live crowd doesn't mingle with the pre-edited new video just dropped crowd, then go check it out. It's out there. I found 3 different Tetrises at the expo. One of them was actual TGM3, Grandmaster 3 on a cabinet. They had like a free play arcade room going on that was just a bunch of different cabinets. Oh, I can't remember. Somebody was in charge of it. Like somebody put that whole thing on and did a great job. And I don't remember who it was. I think they were local to Seattle. The other one was a Red Bull promotion that they were doing, which I did see ahead of time. I don't remember how. The algorithm probably got me on that one. But I also didn't look up the rules necessarily. It was like you could play their version of Tetris, which the gimmick was it had like Red Bull power-ups to it it was basically a score competition. And then the controller was like a table. So it was like you had to press the buttons by using your large hands, and you couldn't do it. Like I saw them trying to fix that thing numerous times, so I think people were a little rough with it. So when I got on there, they were like, you can press the button down, please don't hit it. I was like, okay. And then what was the last one I found? Oh, come on, there was only 3 Tetrises and the whole thing. Oh, it was a Tetris-like, as it were. In fact, my game of show maybe. Gunler in the chat already. Boy, you're early, dude. I usually don't see people in the chat until I think Shy Abby gets on the bus home from work or something like that. I wish I recognized some of your posters. Is Slackers the 90s movie? No, Slackers is a ska band that I kind of inherited when I got married a little bit. Didn't hear about them necessarily before, but they were a big part of my wife's life. She was a big ska fan. Not to get too off track here, Gunler. Sorry, I will pay attention to you though, but I'm already starting a little bit late. So I know this might not seem like the most exciting topic, but I wanted to put in one more final plug for Blocks for Babies, which the Tetris-like from PAX. It is outstanding. I cannot wait to play that game because it starts as a Tetris game for the most part, as a Tetris-like again, but then some of the blocks are like cursed that you lay down. So then every now and then a reticule will pop up. And then Uplake in the chat too. Uplake, that was, I believe you told me what you preferred to go by, and I think Uplake was it. Am I correct? But also hi. But Blocks for Babies, once that reticule comes up on the Tetris playing field, it shoots into like a Doom, like an original Doom PC game, and you're shooting the blocks with a shotgun. I don't think I had the technique quite, like there's strategy to it that I don't think I grasped yet, and I was going in and out, and you could choose different play fields and stuff like that. So that probably isn't the best from that video showcase of that game, but it seems like a ton of fun. I also died on the boss, so you didn't even get to see most of it, but that was PAX. That was that video. It was Uplake. Okay, good. Welcome, Uplake. Good to see you again. Go check out Blocks for Babies if you got a second. Even just watch a video and be like, oh, that's crazy. Because mine are all over the shoulder, or just used my iPhone at the moment. In fact, didn't even know I was going to do that last week's video at the time. It was just kind of a happy accident. Okay, this week, the Tetris I'm going for, I think, put it out there. So apologies if you're following this closely, but I said I might do the new Tetris this week, which was an N64 Tetris that came out in '99, because originally I was on schedule to play the N64 games with my Analog 3D, but that has been pushed back a few times. They make great devices, and I'm sure they wouldn't be pushing it back for a good reason, so I'm not upset about it at all, but it did kind of put a wrinkle in the schedule over here. So I had thought about, since the Analog 3D has been officially pushed. Did it get all the way pushed till next year? I don't know. They did a final push that was like we got to, we're sorry. So I have a good feeling it will come out when they say now, but it's still some months down the line. So I thought about just bringing in the new Tetris finally and checking it off the list, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to save it for when my Analog 3D shows up, and we will play that stinging version of Tetris. So I'm going to go straight to not the most exciting Tetris, I'll be honest, but come on. Some of what I had to do to get there was a little bit exciting to me. I used to talk a lot more about the process, of getting the platform running, back in the early days, especially where I had to get like Japanese computer emulators going and stuff like that. I think that stuff is fun and interesting and maybe useful if you too are trying to do that. Gunler in the chat, we prefer that PS1 Tetris you played in Mong. Haha, joking. That's up there for me. So, I think you're talking about the Sakura, the one I did like 3 plays of. So that's true. If you're here also because I played that 3 weeks in a row, then sorry. What I usually do is not play the same one 3 weeks in a row, but that one was especially just something like I loved the look. I met somebody at PAX that could have told me about Sakura too, Cardcaptor Sakura, but did not speak at length about it because we were busy. Shake Up Lake in the chat. I don't know why, but whenever I watch your vids, I think of Ryan Reynolds. Right, which then makes me think of Detective Pikachu. Hey, I'll take it. I don't have a Ryan Reynolds impression, unfortunately, so you'll have to make do with some nerd talking about Tetris at length. And this week, like I said, not that it's the most exciting one, but the way I got it up and running was kind of fun, and the timing of it all was pretty interesting because I ended up playing this on the plane to and from PAX because I brought my iPad with me. I've got some comics on there that I'm reading, but didn't feel like it. Wanted to really dig into a game, so I dug into this game. It's Tetris Classic parentheses Pocket Express. I don't think that was part of the title. I think that's because there have been so many Tetris Classics that Tetris Wiki, again, shout out, is using those parentheses to tell you that it's actually the one developed by Pocket Express, who developed a lot of games or software for the Palm OS platform. So we're talking, this is how far back I go, Palm Pilots. I don't know if any of you had a dad. I wasn't even, this is still like a little before my time maybe. I mean, at the time, the Palm Pilot, I think it was late 90s that the devices came out. So I was probably still in high school or just out of high school. I wasn't I wasn't quite the tech bro that I am now. But that's what I remember, this little dude. Something like this my dad would carry around. And then something like this that, Brandon, if you're out there, I want to say this was your go-to for a while. I want to say, I'm pretty sure you had a Treo. This is a Palm Treo. Later on, they integrated the Palm OS into a mobile phone. So this is what you could take if you really didn't want a BlackBerry, apparently. Or this might have been pre-BlackBerry even. I'm not completely positive as far as that goes. We haven't got to the BlackBerry versions of Tetris yet, so hold on. Are there any? I actually don't know. Probably, right? But these dudes are always funny to me because they're like, pre-tech. The story is a little interesting too. Wikipedia, or depending on who you ask, tries to say that these were, quote, responsible for ushering in the smartphone era. I could see they were like maybe a step in the ladder, but I don't know. What they definitely ushered in was a Palm OS, the operating system, like I said, which I think eventually, like its successor is kind of WebOS, which my LG in the living room literally runs. Like your TVs out there might be running a version of Palm OS, which was eventually bought by TCL, which might make some sense if you've seen one of those cheap TCL TVs out there. So There's some fun history to it, I think, anyway. But we won't get too deep into that, I promise. We'll get straight to the game. Why am I taking so long? Well, the game isn't the craziest thing in the world. But check this out. This is how I got it up and running. I think this is legitimately interesting and fun. I actually found in fact, maybe we can go to it. Yeah, okay. So this is my phone. Speaking of phones, I found a literal a Palm OS emulator. Cloud Pilot, was that it? Yeah, Cloud Pilot Emu. You can probably find it just by searching that. But you can then go to palmdb.net, and they have banked like all sorts of hardware, firmware, and software. Sorry, not hardware. They haven't banked a bunch of hardware. I mean, they probably had to get this far, but you can just download these different versions of the operating systems. I poked around a little bit. The emulator will change based on the software that it's running. Gunler in the chat, price charting app. Yeah, I just got that. I haven't really done, I got it because I wanted to chart some of the cards I was opening up on the Chasers channel. It was the 92 Platinum set that Skybox Upper Deck put out. I wanted to see what some of those cards were going for. So have since been plugging in some other stuff because it is a pretty interesting and useful app, right? It gives you current prices based on what they've been selling for on eBay recently. So far I like it. I don't know. But I poked around on this PalmDB site. I downloaded a version of, in fact, you'll see right here. So in the app here to get it going. Oh, look, a Jack in the Box email. Should we turn on Do Not Disturb? Let's do that. There we go. I might not be able to do that because I'm going to need audio in a second. We'll find out. Fire up a new session. I downloaded this Palm M520, I believe was the name of the hardware. So again, it's probably some version. And hit that. It'll give you some options. I don't understand most of them, but save it. And then there's your session, or will be once we start it, by clicking on it. Then I'll go and do a close-up here and make sure I've got some audio. Believe it or not, there is some to this. Oh, good. There we go. That's what I needed to see. Hopefully the audio is working with Do Not Disturb on. If not, I'll figure it out. So even though I never owned one of these, I remembered this screen. Like the second I saw it, I was like, oh, like I must have messed around with my dad's at one point. Gunler, I use price charting to scan barcodes so it lets me know how much my games are worth. Right. That is the other cool thing about it, is that it works with like games and comics. I think movies too, right? Like it does a whole bunch of stuff that's pretty useful that I could, given how many times I've downloaded some software and tried to, not digitize, but catalog my collection. I've done that like 2 or 3 times already, so I'm probably a little bit slower on price charting, but hey, it's telling me how much it's worth, so, right? That should be useful. I should be able to make money, right? Okay, here we go. If this makes a sound, then I think we're okay. Oh, not until I actually connect to my computer, though. It did not make a sound. Wait, no, maybe it was out here, actually. You had to do this every time the device started up. There's some sound. Okay, we're good. Hopefully that's coming through. And I don't have a stylus, obviously, with my iPhone, but we're going to skip this. And we're going to skip learning any basic skills also, because I tried to brute force because I believe how Palm Pilot started even was that they wanted, it was like a personal note-taking device more than anything. So they had this like handwriting recognition stuff going on that I haven't been able to, like, it's for the most part intuitive, but there are a few times where I'm like, I can't make the R or whatever it is. Okay, so we're in, right? This is what people did back in the day. This was their Palm Pilot, or this was. I did have to go down the line a little bit because I wanted to find a color operating system. Most of them were not, and you can find those and download those all you want. So then what we do is hit this guy up here, and then open the Tetris game. Installation successful. And then it shows up over here somewhere. There we go. Hoping this isn't going to be too loud. Okay. So the controls are not like I almost would rather have the actual device. In fact, that's one thing I didn't do this time. Usually I go to eBay and look up how much would it cost to get myself an actual M50, Palm M50 or something like that. Didn't do that this time for whatever reason. So have to make do with the software, you know, that it's just using touch to get the buttons going. And I've played it enough because I want to be competent at it. Otherwise, it's going to be twice as boring. But for some reason, they've put the like left and right. In fact, I'll just start the game and then maybe I can tell you. Left and right is over here on the left. Like I would almost prefer that they put left and right on opposite ends of the screen, but we have the rotation on the right and all of the movement on the left. So it's a little, takes some getting used to. And then this little button right here is the down. There's no hold, which I've been playing a lot of Tetris 99. So we gotta switch 2. So I've been, what do you do with a switch 2? You play switch 1 games. So I've been playing a lot of switch 1 games. Tetris 99 though included. I forgot to do my dailies yesterday. Dang it. What's going on? So I'm stuck trying to hold pieces for now. Why am I looking at the stream trying to play? I should be looking at my, that's why, because I can't, I'm blind up close. I'm less blind. Okay, much better, right? So I've played it enough that the control scheme isn't really messing with me too bad now. But it still isn't. Again, I would have... In fact, I wonder... Hold on. Oh, wait. Oh, dang it. Wrong buttons. Menu. Here we go. Preferences. Marathon. Oh. Holy, I didn't even know there were other game types. Ultra. Okay. Animate explosions. Show next piece. All right, well. Not any of the options I was hoping for. Can I change the controls? All right, well, we'll play this one out, and then we'll go see what the heck Ultra is. Oh, no, what did I do? I hit it. It wasn't ready for me yet. Look up accessories. Probably don't call any of those numbers. Back to the game, please. Okay, well, I can do this if I need to. Okay, we're good. Press up to resume. All right, we're good. All right, I can actually use that. Can't really use that. Okay, left is movement. Right is rotation. Sound effects are good though, right? No, I didn't mean to do that, but Could have been worse. Ah, dang it. There is no lock delay, by the way, in case you're wondering. Oh no, what are you doing? This is the worst. Oh, geez. I don't even know if I can save myself on this one now. It's gonna, can I even go on the right? Oh, geez. This is the stupidest. It looks like I committed suicide on purpose. See, this is where I couldn't get it. Let me see if I can do it. Nope, that was LD. See, okay, hold on. Backspace. I don't even know. Oh, wait, no, I did figure out backspace. You just swipe back. R. Nope, F. R. 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 Nope, A. It's not as easy as it looks. Okay, hold on. There was a way. Okay, yeah, if I press ABC down here. Oh, it gave me a dot. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Ryan. Whatever. Yeah, first. I got one line. I scored 10. In the top. Okay, let's try something more interesting then. You get the idea, right? That would have been a normal marathon version of Tetris. I don't think you need to know what my high score might be in that mode. Let's actually find out. Garbage, I'm going to say, garbage and timed seem obvious, but Ultra is going to have some like exploding things to it. There's no hard drop either. Kind of annoying. I should at least get one Tetris for the stream, right? Gunler in the chat. At least there's no 10-second timer for adding high score initials. Yes. Because I would have failed it. I'm not sure why this signal drops out sometimes there like you saw. Oop, nope, didn't mean to pause it. I am, the way this works, there's got to be a better way, honestly. I thought, because I have an iPhone Pro, whatever, majig, that has the USB-C on it. So I thought there would be a way to get my screen just up and running through that. But I have to run it into a... Nope. Okay, well, at least we'll be set up for a Tetris here. I had to run it into a HDMI. Here we go, Tetris. We got the other sound effect. Also, why is this Ultra? I'm not seeing a big Ultra component to it yet. Also, nothing's exploding. That option led me to believe something would explode. Maybe that's going to be the stream today. Where are the explosions? Can we find them? Oh, I wonder if there's wall. Oh, nope. Wall kicks. Let's try a wall kick. Nope, that wouldn't be it. Wall kicks. Look at that. This is not the one I was hoping for. Wow, these RNG seems especially bad on this. I'm not sure what's going on. Where are the explosions? Why did I get 2 of those in a row? Okay, now we're talking. I'd be killing if I was playing Tetris 99 right now. One of the better ways to send garbage is singles, combos, as it were. Nope, wrong button. There we go. I would like to die because I've leveled up so much that I top out, not because I do so many misdrops that I need to die. So, I mean, maybe you weren't... What? Why did it end? Ryam. I'll take it. Still not sure why that was Ultra. Were there a lot of Tetris games for Xbox? Original or 360? And also, no. I'm looking forward to the 360 era of this show because I didn't miss any of them, I don't think. Like, if there was a Tetris game, I bought it. But I didn't have an original Xbox. I do now, so that would be something if there are Tetris games for that. I would probably go and try and buy the physical disc and do that whole thing for the show. 360, I can't remember the name of them, but I do remember maybe just one. And I can't remember the name of it, but I would have that right here. List of official Tetris games. Xbox. Huh. That seems unlikely. The Tetris Wiki list of official Tetris games is not returning. Oh, maybe they don't have it by platform. Oh yeah, we got developer. So I would just have to do ye olde Google. Tetris for Xbox 360. I think there was a downloadable maybe too. Tetris Evolution, that's what it was, right. Which I did very much play. Yes, recognizing the cover of it, yeah. It's only $9. I think I'm gonna have to get a copy of that. I definitely have a 360 ready to go. Okay, so where are the explosions? What are keys? Oh. Should have poked around more, huh? Oh, that's what I want. There it is right there. Left, right. What is the other one, just for fun? Oh, put rotate all the way on the left. Nope, we're going to go with control scheme 2. Let's see if I can really mess myself up now. Hold on. Still want to find the explosions. New game, high scores. What explosions are we animating? Am I missing something? Let's try garbage. All right, now I'm really holding the phone in my hand here because this should be exactly what I want. Right, left, right, yes. Nope. That was quick. Okay. Down now, right now I'm just messing myself up. I should have found this earlier. Nope. That wasn't even. This is just garbage. Nothing's gonna explode. There's also a better way. This is at least a better way to hold this particular game. Yeah, I'm still. Probably a good idea they didn't do the music for the entire time. I mean, this is still like a, not meant for games in really any way. This is a toy. The game of Tetris is a toy on this particular platform. Oh, that was the level up sound. I'm like, what did I do? Probably could have found a better spot for that. Nope. Nope. Man, if this starts moving like at all, I'm gonna die real quick. Freaking wrong button! You switch the controls halfway through the thing. Why did you do that? What is with these pieces? Well, oh yeah, yep. Kind of thought that might happen. Gunler, there's Tetris Grandmaster Ace for 360 from 2005, but you need a Japanese Xbox. It looks like, oh, good find. Now you're tempting me to import my second Japanese game. All right. Well, I'm number one on all the leaderboards. But no explosions. What are we missing? Timed is probably just how many can you get in 2 minutes. So tell you what, we're at 37 minutes for the stream. What's 2 minutes more? Just in case they put explosions. I don't know why you put explosions in a Tetris game and hide them from the world. If you've animated explosions in your Tetris game, you got to lead with that. Are you a big, have you imported any Japanese games, Gunler? I imported Puyo Puyo Tetris, the first one. Was that? No, I think that was for Xbox One. But still, I did import it. $52 seconds left. I'm going to make the top of the leaderboard, I bet you. Somebody somewhere, though, got extremely good at this version of Tetris. That's how it goes. Maybe it explodes at the end. It's not even giving me a countdown, really. And I don't think I'm going to get any more out of this. Oh, I did. I got one more. Look at that. I'm on the leaderboard. Yep, number one. All right. Well, I'm either completely missing what it terms explosions as animations, or we never found it. Also, no idea what the difference is between Ultra and Marathon, except it did end. Yeah. Is there, hold on. The help menu. Instructions. Object of the game. Obtain the highest possible score before, oh look, I'm selecting things. Before the game is over, sure. Tetris Classic starts with, okay, hold on, calm down. Clear play field, 20 cells high. Tetraminos with an A, interesting. Randomly falling one at a time from the top of the playing field. Or right, yes, we get it. Player must arrange the falling tetraminos to complete horizontal, yes. Okay, we get all of this. When complete, tell me about the modes. Either hit the bottom, player does not complete. No. Although the order in which the different tetraminos fall is random, the next tetramino set to the next tetramino set. What? To appear, oh. Is shown in the upper right, okay. Yes, how to move. Again, could have figured out how to do the keys by looking at that ahead of time. Any filled cells, obstacle, yes, of course. Levels, the game advances, scoring, you can make points. Single, double. Did I get a bonus for Tetris? Not really. That's it? Doesn't even tell me about the modes. Just gives me a bunch of tips. Did I miss? Purchase? Is this not a... About Tetris Classic? Cracked by Atomic. Yeah, this is... an illegal version of the game. About developer. Mobile generation. Oh, there we go. Huh. So I had it wrong. They didn't even have that. So there you go. There's some credits for you. Credit where credit is due. Gunler World Series of Poker Tournament of Champions stream when? Oh, now you're looking at my incomplete games. And message retracted. I missed it. I still have it. In fact, you want to see something funny? Here we go. It's never far away. That one was weird. That one was weird because you mentioned World Series of Poker a while back. It made me laugh. Did I mention that? I don't even remember when I mentioned it now. That one was weird because I feel like it had a trick to it where you could like go all in and then back out, and it would technically save. So then you could just keep doing that, and if you go all in and you didn't get it, then you would quit and restart. But then it stopped working for some reason. I can't remember, so I never really went back to it, because I can play poker okay, but not well enough to get as far as that game wanted me to. Shy Abby in the chat. Sorry, I was busy playing a certain Japan-exclusive arcade racing game in a not-so-legal way. I won't tell anybody at all. I'm playing illegal games too. Look at this. About developer, right? No, that was what I was just on. Hold on. I promise it's illegal. Help. About Tetris Classic. There we go. Cracked by Atomic. See? They should be on their way to arrest me right now. Gunler in the chat, yeah, save before going all in, but it takes forever to boot the game back up. I didn't even care so much about that. I mean, I've got the patience, trust me. It was just that it stopped working. I should try it again. Maybe it was just a one-time thing or something. Shy Abby, is this a Java game? It's actually, yeah, now that you mention it, that sounds like more of a precursor. Although no, Java maybe would have been after this, right? No. About around the same time. We're talking pretty early internet here. This is a Palm OS game. And boy, is it ever. I'm curious what the purchase... Oh, thank you. You're already registered. Please feel free to beam this program to friends. To learn more about other titles, visit pocketexpress.com. Fun. Yeah, this is what a Palm OS device would have been doing. I believe this is emulating the M520. I think that's the name of the hardware. And it's... Would that also make it Palm OS version 5? That's a good question. I don't know, Shy Abby. I think I'm not. In fact, let's forget about that. I think I'm skipping the new Tetris for now until I get my analog 3D. So, TGM2 next week? What do you think? Gunler in the chat, there's a 2008 World Series of Poker as well if you're feeling extra nutty. I am not. That is, I got the Texas Hold'em, that downloadable. I might have completed that one. Or I have one achievement left. Shy Abby's TGM2 next week. Okay, all right, we're on. We're on for TGM2 next week. Let's do it. Should I fight Cade that thing? Should we try and connect in some way? I know you've got a busy schedule. I feel like you, if I had to guess, are around the world from where I'm at. And it's like nighttime whenever I start doing this. So my morning is your nighttime. And oh, so that's right. You applied for university last week. Success? Like you're in, or you still have to hear back on some stuff? It's 8 p.m. for you. Okay, all right. I did garner that from our interaction so far. 8 p.m. when I start. The Tetris at 10 a.m. for me is a Tetris at 8 p.m. for you. All right. Well, I will. It's currently 8:58 p.m. Yeah, we have been going for about an hour. Did I start a little bit late? I did start a little bit late. So I will try and set up TGM2 by way of fight Cade. See how that goes. If it doesn't go, at the very least, you can look forward to probably some sort of MAME version of it, which I'm sure would not support multiplayer. So I'll keep you updated somehow. If you want my contact info, find me on the socials. If you do the socials, and we can DM or something. Otherwise, I've had YouTube friends just drop a comment, and I'll respond with my email, and then quickly delete it or something like that. So it's not out there, but at least you have it. So we'll figure it out. I might not perform as well as I claimed I'd be able to, boss. Whatever. Again, from our interactions, I've garnered that you're going to be better than the main guy on the show, let's say. So I guess I could put this off the screen now at this point. Either way, that's not what this is about, obviously. If this was about competent Tetris, it wouldn't have gotten to episode 50. That'll be 59, yeah, next week then. So it's all good. Gunler, tip of the day, never go full Tournament of Champs. Haha, yes, thank you. Never go single Tournament of Champs, I would say at this point. I don't know. I probably shouldn't give an opinion on the actual quality of that game. I feel like I didn't hate it, but it was also back when I enjoyed poker maybe a little bit more, or not enjoyed, but was involved in it more. You know, there was a real poker resurgence about that time. Probably why the game got made. Shy Abbey, but half of the content requires good gameplay. Sorry, I got a frog in my throat going. You're not wrong. And I will say, in playing a lot of Tetris 99, like I've been saying, I'm routinely in the top 10. You know, top 15 for sure. There are a few games where I die like immediately just because stupid things, you know. But if I'm really on my game, you know, every day I can pull Tetris 99. If you haven't played, if anybody hasn't played, it's you know, the whole battle royale Tetris where there's 99 people and you're trying to get a first place. I got a first place finish, Tetris Maximus it's called. I'm spoiling, you know, eventually we'll play that Tetris 99 for this stream. But I got one of those early on when the game was young. So that was fun, but haven't since. I just routinely finish in kind of the top 10 to 15. So I would say, does that mean I'm in the top 10 to 15% of Tetris players? Maybe. No, not Tetris players, actually. In fact, that's my problem. Whenever I meet like a true Tetris player, in fact, like I met at PAX, if you go watch that video playing TGM3, I met a true Tetris player that also knew how to play that game. Like he knew what things counted for what when we were, because it's a points-based system, the versus mode there, so it's kind of interesting. But anytime I meet one of those people, I'm there's no contest. Like I can, if you're a fly-by-night or average Tetris player, I can give you a run for your money. So. Shy Abbey, I feel like you're going to give me a run for my money is what it's going to be. The curse of the Arica rotation system holds me back from playing well. I don't know enough, like obviously me who rotates one way all of the time. I don't know enough about the Arica rotation system to tell you what would throw you off, I guess. I know there's a generous lock delay. Is that what it is? I was loving the sonic drop from Sakura, Cardcaptor Sakura, just because it introduced like that new gameplay where you could drop it and then still move it for a little bit before the lock delay. But anyway, Gunler, the 5-team TA event starts tomorrow. I'm not sure what that is, but I will look it up. I don't get to TA as often as I used to. Shy Abby, I never got to play TGM3 versus mode. Yeah, it's interesting. It's like points based. So when I played that guy, if you watch that video, he knew what was getting points. I was just doing the standard play as fast as I can, which was still a little crazy because I didn't have I think it is also sonic drop. So you had to get into a mode where you would hard drop, and this is on a joystick too, on a cabinet, which is better than a joystick on a controller, but you had to like sonic drop it up and then down. So it was like if you really wanted to fast drop something, you had to be like ba-ba, ba-ba, ba-ba on the stick. And then there's like 6 buttons. I only used 2, of course, one for maybe even one for rotating. No, rotating and moving, right? Anyway, it's interesting. He knew, I beat the first guy I played because it was my friend and he had never played before. But the second guy knew what he was doing and he beat me every time. So, got another chat. Did you say turning 59? I did not say turning 59. I'm 46. So I do look younger than 59. Thank you. What a compliment. I also feel like I'm 13. So take that for what it's worth. Yeah, so TGM2 next week, regardless. Hopefully with some Shy Abby. We'll find out depending on what happens in the off times. But thanks for hanging out, you guys. Fun to talk to you both, as always. And anybody who lurked. Let's see if this is correct. We had 5. These pick up a little bit after the fact, so I'm never too stressed out about the actual concurrent views. But at one point we had 5. So if you were one of the 3 that hung out and didn't chat or is currently doing that right now, either way, thank you and welcome to the show. We'll be back next week with another one. Got nothing going on for a while, so we should be full steam ahead on these Tuesdays here for a bit. Plenty else to enjoy on the channel. If you're into comic books or movies, an episode for The Legend of Feng Sayuk should be dropping this week at some point. I've got it all scripted out. I just need to put that sucker together. And Evelyn, my daughter, and I will be opening up a new pack of Marvel Masterpieces from 1993 tomorrow on the Chasers channel. Those aren't doing gangbusters, and yet they're maybe one of my favorite things. Besides this, of course, out there. But, you know, who doesn't love opening up a pack of 30-year-old cards with their 16-year-old? So, either way, see you next week, like Shy Abby says, and we'll figure it out then. So, see you guys.